Earth has two moons. You've probably seen that headline, maybe even with a NASA logo slapped on top, and thought, wait, did we just unlock a secret level of the solar system? Short answer, no. And also, kind of. Let me explain. When I say the moon, I mean a natural satellite that orbits Earth, bound primarily by Earth's gravity. That's our one big bright moon. It's massive, it shapes our tides, it stabilizes our tilt. It's the real deal. So where does the second moon claim come from? A few places. First, quasi-moons. 37,3 Kruthen. Kamo Oalewa. These rocks aren't orbiting Earth. They orbit the sun, just like Earth does, but in a way that keeps them in a long, looping dance near us. From Earth's perspective, they can look like they're following us around, but if you zoom out, they're sun orbiters in a resonance with Earth, not moons of Earth. Think of it like this. I'm walking around a track, and someone else is also walking around the same track, at a slightly different speed. Sometimes we're side by side, sometimes apart, but neither of us is orbiting the other. That's a quasi-moon, second mini-moons. These are temporarily captured objects, small asteroids that drift into Earth's gravity well, loop around for a few months, and then escape back into solar orbit. 2006, RH-120, 2020 CD3. They are, briefly, genuine moons, just tiny and fleeting. Blink and you miss them. So if someone says, NASA says Earth has two moons, they're usually referring to either a quasi-moon story or a temporary capture. It's not a permanent second moon in the classic sense. There's also a third source of confusion: the Kordylewski clouds. These are dusty concentrations near the L4 and L5 Lagrange points of the Earth-Moon system, gravitational parking spots 60 degrees ahead of and behind the Moon's orbit. Observations suggest there's extra dust there, faint and diffuse. Cool? Yes. Moons? No. They're not solid bodies orbiting Earth. They're wisps of dust hanging out where gravity balances just right. Here's the myth versus fact breakdown. Myth: NASA confirmed a permanent second moon. Fact: Earth has one permanent natural satellite. Sometimes we get short-term mini-moons. At any given time, we may have quasi-moons orbiting the sun in step with us. Why does this keep going viral? Because two moons is a great hook. It feels like a plot twist to a universe we thought we understood. And to be fair, the reality is just as fascinating. Gravity allows for all kinds of orbital relationships. Not everything near Earth is bound to Earth. So, what should you say when this pops up again? Try, Earth has one real moon. But we sometimes snag tiny mini-moons, and a few asteroids tag along as quasi-moons. NASA studies them, but they're not second moons with a capital M. And if we ever did capture a second stable, sizable moon, you'd know. The tides, the night sky, and every science channel on the planet would be screaming about it. Until then, enjoy the nuance. Enjoy Prodan and the Nuan. One moon, occasional mini-moons, and a couple of celestial dance partners pacing us around the sun. Thanks for sticking around. If this cleared up a myth, hit like so someone else loses a confusing headline and gains a cool fact.